Hi there, I'm Alton Baird, and we're here in the ReviewTube Studios to talk about the Rochester Summer Music Fest, the rebranded Summer Soul Music Fest. And we're here with Tariq from WDKX.
Nice to meet
Thanks
you.
so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time to come down and talk to us about the fest and your remembrances. You know, we were fortunate enough to have Mayor Johnson, the originator of the fest, in the studio.
Yep.
And got to talk to him about the 25-year history of the fest, some of his favorite memories. It was amazing. And
Yeah.
Mayor Warren came in, shared her experiences and the impact on the community. Wonderful stuff. And I understand this was really the first big Rochester music fest 25 years ago, and it seems like it paved the way. We've got the CGI Rochester Jazz Fest, we've got all these other music fests, but this was the genesis, the beginning.
Of all of it, yeah.
Right.
And you know, just thank you to Mayor Johnson at the time. I remember when he was starting it, and every single year was kind of like, how can we bring different forms of music, maybe music people had never really heard of before, live all together in a festival at a park. And I know one of the first ones I ever attended was I remember it as clearly as like yesterday, even as we talked about it, even when we were off air, the fact that, you know, one of the ones I went to as an intern when I was at WDKX and turned into full-time staff was Mary J. Blige. Like that,
Wow.
that was at Brown Square Park. And for folks that may not know where Brown Square Park is, it's not that far from Frontier Field, so it's within walking distance. And it's right there in this park, and it was such an event as you sort of turned and came up and walked into. You had vendors everywhere. You had people sitting with lawn chairs, enjoying the music. And then she came on stage and just, you know, that's the event from Brown Square Park that moved it to Genesee Valley Park and made it like this national sort of thing where you got to come to Rochester for this great festival.
So that was really the really stratospheric kickoff for the fest. That's awesome. And you were you were working for
DKX,
at the time.
I started, you know, as an intern, and then as I started working as an intern, they were looking for somebody to do the morning show, and I came in. But it was just the fact that being able to be exposed to all this different music and having the connection with the city of Rochester and Mayor Johnson at the time, and bringing this new sort of idea together. And that festival is really what expanded it from Brown Square Park to Genesee Valley Park and made it this huge different event where you added different people like Earth, Wind & Fire came, and Patti LaBelle came, and all these different acts that continued to make the Rochester Music Festival, Rock Summer Soul Festival now, what it is today.
Wow, that's a great start, and what a great legacy. Mayor Johnson also talked about some of the reasons that in his mind that he had for really getting it started, and at the time, the downtown Rochester area, very crime-ridden, businesses, as he said, were fleeing out of the city. It was very difficult to get things done, and you had all this crime, and he figured and thought, I think rightfully so, that music could bring together a lot of folks into one place because music kind of heals.
Yeah. Well, it unites everyone. Everybody likes different forms of music, whether it be soul, R&B, hip hop, blues, jazz.
Right.
We're not segregated by music. Music has a great way of combining different interests and different people that may have never met in the city of Rochester. So the idea was a great one in the sense that, okay, you like this group, you like this artist, they're going to be right downtown in Rochester. Let's all meet, let's all congregate, let's all have fun, let's all vibe to the music, and then maybe we'll get to know each other a little bit better and see that Rochester is a place that, you know, everybody has sort of mutual interests.
Well, I've certainly seen the impact, not from Rochester originally, and seeing the downtown area, we're on Main Street right now. It is really flourishing. Businesses are coming back into the city.
Absolutely.
The music fests are all over the place.
Absolutely.
They populate everything. I know CGI is very involved with Party in the Park, which I just love.
Yep.
And really seeing the results of that initial vision bear fruit.
Yeah.
And I love to see that because we so need it in many of our cities. So to see this kind of togetherness driven by music is such a cool thing to see. And I so appreciate what you've given to it, and also that you've come down today to talk about this. What do you think now the current impact of some of these fests is in continuing that vision?
Well, because, depending on, for those that live here, 6 months out of the year, we're kind of going through snow and traveling. These outdoor festivals are a chance for everybody to get out and to really show what Rochester has available in this town. And I think what's great about them is that they've spread apart. There's just one every week or every other week, and you can pick the ones you want to choose to come to and be a part of in the city of Rochester. I think that's the coordination of it all now is what's so great about it, because you can spend time this week and decide to see this artist, or next week this artist is coming, and this one does classical, and this one does jazz, and this one does R&B, and this one does soul, and I think that's what's so great about Rochester. For those other 6 months out of the year, everybody's out.
Right.
Everybody's
you make
out.
the most of it.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
from Chicago, and boy,
Yeah.
those 6 months that you couldn't be outside, you're out.
You're
enjoying
outside.
the
I'm from New York City, so I understand always having something to do. But in New York, there's always something to do when it's cold. There's always something to do when it's hot. But everybody wants to be out. Everybody wants to hear their music. Everybody wants to be able to enjoy the 6 months of the sun that we have and live it up to the most. And that's what's so great about these festivals. This is our chance to finally get out, enjoy spring, summer, and just before fall, when I know this festival is taking place at the end of August.
The big knockdown, finished summer finale,
Yep,
grand finale.
yep,
That's
yep,
great.
yep.
Well, you got me all excited. I can't wait. And I can't thank you enough for coming down and talking to us about it. It's just been a pleasure.
Hey, it's great. Frontier Field, I do know August 28th and 29th. Just map that out on your calendar. I know a lot of people are kind of like, well, I got a lot of stuff scheduled in. By the end of August, you're going to be like, oh man, summer's almost done. What are we going to do? Rock Summer Soul Festival. It's a great idea. Put it on the calendar. And as an artist, I'm sure that you're going to really enjoy it.
I love it. I love it.